that we told. Yeah, my money long. Yeah, my money tall. Earnest time is God. Heard you try to come out with us, wonder who you are. Let's get disrespectful. Let's get disrespectful. You better have some respect when you take a minute. I'ma cut you off. Cut you off. You talking to me. Cut you off my car. Cut you out my life. Where my scissors at? Where my scissors at? Where my motherfucking oven when I need that? I'm the realest in this game, you know.
What is going on, everybody? So it's your boy Jason Mishima coming back to you guys. Sorry, it's been a month. I've been currently working on my academics and finished my exams recently, so I have enough time to talk about anything I can about specific problems with the community or just fighting games in general. Now, going into depth, today we are gonna talk about some of the key problems that we're having now in the sparklingzero community. And before we start, I just want to say one thing and one thing alone. For those of you who are new to this channel, please, I would like for you to just hit the subscribe button or like or comment down below on what you think about this video. And you can check into my channel. You can see other videos. I made some into this, although it's gonna take a while for me to get back into what's currently going on in the community, as well as what's currently going on in fighting games in general. Also, I really do want to get up to 500 subscribers, so possibly by the end of this month. But if that's not possible, then I'll keep trying over and over again. Now, with that being said, the video that is currently playing in the background is brought to you as a sparklingzero match between me and my friend playing team battles with any characters that we can find. But me personally, I am the Bora player / Trunks player that you can see, which is on the left side of the screen, whereas my friend is the Raccoon and any other character that he pulls off on the right side. So the first topic we're going to talk about is the Dragon Ball Superhero DLC Heroes of Justice worth $18. My answer to that is very simple: no. Look, I'll be very honest with you. I love sparklingzero. I love how they put work and effort into a game that brings so much nostalgic memories back, but the problem here is that we're not really doing justice to the DLCs. See, you're having 4 characters. In fact, I'm calling 4 characters because Cell Max as a giant, nobody really plays giants in this game, or maybe it's just me, but I hardly see people play giants. So according to the DLC pack, it specifies that we have 11 new characters, but we're gonna discard Cell Max because really, I said I don't really care about giants. We got 4 Gohans, 4 Piccolos, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, and basically 1 costume for Piccolo, but that's only for his base form and his potential unleashed form. And that costume, nobody really cares about it because it's just a Red Ribbon Army uniform. There are just 3 custom battles, which custom battles right now are not really that interesting anymore. For when the game was launched, custom battles were like a hit. Now people have just looked past it as if it's not really adding much into the offline content. But the one thing that is kind of questionable for Bandai Namco not to pull off is the idea that you give us a superhero movie DLC featuring some of the best characters in it, but you forgot to pull out the stages, or in other words, the maps in which they fought in, aka the Red Ribbon Army base. Now, I'll be completely honest, I'm not criticizing or saying bad about sparklingzero having lackluster bases. To be fair, there should be at least 1 or 2 additional maps that they could pull off even when they're releasing a DLC pack. Like, a DLC pack is supposed to be additional content onto the already pre-existing base game. On top of it all, they had the audacity to release this DLC pack and charge us $18 for it. Excuse me, what? No, to be fair, the DLC pack shouldn't even be more than, let's say, $5 to $6, because we're generally just getting new characters. That is the best thing that I'm seeing in the pack. We're only getting new characters. Like, literally, the customization is non-existent. Custom battles not important at all, but it's the characters that literally bring the DLC pack as something to look forward to. Look, I get it. Inflation is really a problem in most countries, especially in the US. But to charge us $18 on something that is completely lackluster or half-baked does not make the reputation of the game better. In fact, it's literally killing the game slowly. At this rate, the next 2 DLC packs that's coming out obviously is going to be Dragon Ball related. People would generally lose hope in the remaining 2 DLC packs, and this game is just going to be store connections all over again. But for now, let's just see what Bandai Namco has in store for us in the future. But before then, we also need to understand one thing low. Even though the DLC pack did not deliver as we all expected, we should not slander the company itself. They're doing their best to at least try to make the game playable for each and every single one of us. So I'm not here to judge them, I'm not here to hate on them. I'm just here to talk about the complaints that many other people have with the game, and one of those complaints is the DLCs. Overall, I believe that the DLC pack 1 was a very poor start to the new content that we're getting into this game, and hopefully the next 2 DLC packs would make up for it, but we can't really say for certain at this point, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now, I know this might come as a double-edged sword against me, but they should nerf MUI Goku. Hear me out, because I know I'm gonna receive a lot of backlash on this, and I'm gonna receive some praises. I don't really know, so hear me out. Since the game was launched up till now, after the DLC pack, MUI Goku has been a thorn on the side of the community and has split the community into 1/3 of how it was supposed to be. There are people who play MUI and say that they like the character because they're favorite. There are people who choose MUI in order to win by all means. And there are also people who don't even fight. In fact, they just choose to make him a meta and cause so much turmoil that killed the rank system, or in other words, killed online play for many others. I have seen so many people talk about this in so many different videos, complaining about one character consistently, and that is outside of SSJ4 Gogeta and the new current beast Gohan. It has always been Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Now, I know some people have a sour taste in their mouth when they hear that, but that is not the case. What I'm trying to say right now is the fact that the only way I believe that they can make online play a bit enjoyable for everybody, even though people are using MUI Goku, is that in the next or later patch notes, they need to nerf MUI Goku. I'm sorry. It's generally what I believe might be the only result that people would come to terms with. Now, I'm not talking about his wild sense or instant spark. They already touched on that, or even his instantaneous rush attack. No, I'm not saying they should nerf those things. In fact, what I believe they should nerf for him is his auto dodge mechanic. Normally, him utilizing it already eats off amount of ki. I feel as if they need to increase the amount of ki consumption that he will utilize that auto dodge mechanic with. Similar to how they increase the ki consumption as to when you're spamming perception or high speed rush attacks. And I also believe they should increase the delay time as to how long it takes for you to spam a certain amount of ki blast at your opponent, including charge ki blast. Before, MUI Goku used to be one of the most interesting characters in the game, and now turned into the most hated character in the entire Sparkling Zero community. And it's crazy to believe that we have had recent patches that fix most, or generally 95% of the problems that the game has, but each time we have not even seen one nerf into MUI Goku. And I believe that should change, and I hope Bandai Namco would be listening to this specifically so they can make this somewhat of a reality. But like I said before, if you believe MUI Goku is a problem in the community and you want him to get nerfed, type down in the comment section what you think should be nerfed about him. Because to be fair, anything can be brought up, anything good and anything might possibly be bad. But hey, who knows? I'm not complaining. Me personally, I don't play MUI Goku. I don't like using him at all. I am generally SG4 Goku main, or anyhow a GT player. Is that what they call it? Maybe not. Okay, either way. Well, let me not sidetrack too much. So yeah, if you have any thoughts on what they should do with MUI Goku, if they should nerf him, write down in the comments what you think they should nerf anything on him. But you know, since Spark has already been adjusted, Wild Sense, it's kind of simple to actually go through. But the instantaneous rush, it can vary, to be honest. Now, all in all, I know I need to repeat this several times over, but please hear me out. Bandai Namco is not the problem here. They're doing their very best listening to us, but although the offline content ain't good enough, there are still some issues that they need to fix, but they also need time to fix it. So please, let one of those fixes be an MUI Goku nerf. If you have any thoughts, like any thoughts at all, onto what they should do to nerf him, please write that down in the comment section, and hopefully we get something like that. And last but certainly not least, Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero content creators. Yeah, I have a lot of things to say about you guys, but I'll just sum it up into a few points. First things first, I respect each and every single one of you and the work that you've done to promote the game, criticize the game, show people cheeses on the game. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Steve OJ. I respect each of you in certain ways and learn from some of you. Yeah, I'm talking to you guys, Don Coolio and Yinka Gaming. I hope that someday, well, possibly one day, I get to meet each of you and we can have a conversation and possibly a few matches to test not only myself, but to see where I stand, not on some useless ranked leaderboard. No, I don't care about Z ranks or S5s or anything. What I care about is to test myself and to solidify where I stand in the Sparkling Zero community, either be on one of the best sides or just close to it. So yeah, let me just say this right now. I have no hate or love lost towards any of you. I generally just have some things that I like about you guys, and there's some things that I disagree with, which potentially will lead to me reacting to some of your videos in the later future. So I'm gonna say this right now. For those of you who are watching this video, write down in the comment section, do you want me to make reaction videos, particularly on some of the Dragonballsparklingzero Sparkling Zero content creators? Feel free to write that down in the comment section and I'll look into it. Obviously, I'm always active when I'm looking at the comments because I like having discussions. So just feel free to write that down and I'll pay to it in a few days. And I just realized right now, I should have waited for 1 or 2 seconds after my friend released Trunks' unblockable lightning slash or whatever, before hitting his rush attack. Yeah, I think that was my mistake. But before I sign off, there's just one more thing I want to say, and that is potentially, hopefully in the future, Bandai Namco buffs SSJ4 Goku again. But hear me out. I feel like his buff, all I need is 5 seconds, still needs one more additional buff, and potentially I feel like the buff may be to increase the buff timer. Specifically, I just want the buff to last longer than 5 seconds, although it does say I'll beat you in 5 seconds. So yeah, potentially speaking, I'm just saying that, but off of my own greed, because I'm biased to SSJ Goku, obviously. So him getting another buff would be more favorable to me and to people who like playing. Now, if you haven't already figured it out, I'm just joking. The SSJ Goku does not need another buff. Potentially, he might need some, but hey, it might not be to increase the all beat in 5 seconds timer, but at least he might get a buff in one aspect. But more or less, they should actually buff Vegeta, because Vegeta has been collecting generally nothing so far. No buffs, no nerfs. He's generally just a neutral character at this point. So I hope the SSJ4 Vegeta gets the appreciation and love he deserves. But the question is, what can they nerf about him? Would it be his rush attack, his finish sign? But the finish sign is a general buff for a certain few characters in the roster. Explosive wave, make it similar to Bardock explosive wave, where you can get instant spark? Nah, it doesn't really fit the character, but generally also doesn't fit Bardock as well. But hey, we don't talk about that. So I guess that is all I gotta say for my first video back. I hope that I at least talked about something that's relatable to majority of people who have this game and who are currently playing online and struggling with some of the characters. So please, if you liked and enjoyed this video, you already know the like button is right down there. The subscribe button is right next to it. Just feel free to hit both of them and enter the comment section and do whatever you want. But truth be told, if you want to start a discussion, I'm always here to talk about 1 or 2 things that the game might need to generally last very long. So in the closing moments, how about you guys enjoy this beam clash with Master Roshi against Trunks?
In addition to the art of war, the Turtle Hermit School will be with you, always. Be my greatest, most powerful